morning. Let's open this Board of Commissioners meeting on this 5th day of August, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And a moment of silence. Okay. I guess we can go right into our agenda. Item 3A. Let me get to that. Looks like who's Health and Wellness Day today. Oh my heavens.
Good morning.
Look at here.
Brought my
Good
coffee
morning.
with me.
This is a IGA with the Oregon Health Authority. And you
If
have
I
a
may, yes, I'd like to introduce Megan Riddle. She is our Chief Operating Officer, but is also now our designated Behavioral Health Director with the state.
Very good.
Nice to meet you.
Good morning.
Just so you know, the state has an official community mental health program director, which I have been for a while. And with my upcoming retirement, Megan is now officially the designated from the state.
Yeah.
So you'll see her here more often, and she'll be signing some stuff through the state and the coordinating with the state around the CMHP function. So
When are you retiring, David?
end of November.
Really?
End of November, yeah.
This November?
Yes.
This November.
Aren't you a little young?
And old. Yeah, every year, just a little bit older, cross eater, you know. So I'll
We
only go
haven't,
through
it hasn't started to show. Like,
So I probably will do some consulting with the department. There's some things that I think Mike and the group would like me to continue. So I'll do that, but a lot of my official duties have been handed over already to Megan. She's been with the organization for 15 years.
Yeah, in
So-
August this month.
So she's been doing a tremendous job already. And
then she knows what she's getting into.
Yeah.
That's comforting.
Unfortunately, she does.
All right.
Are we
Michael,
ready
you wanna
for
go ahead?
3A? Yes. This is an amendment for, well, actually, A and B are kind of together. This is a 6-month extension to the contract negotiations on the new contract with OHA. This particular one is for Choice Model, which is for a program that serves adults in residential facilities.
And this is, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This is an extension of the CFAA agreement I
Yes.
keep ranting about.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It's not the new one, it's just a 6-month
Extension.
extension.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Chair move to approve intergovernmental agreement number 44300-000-26103-1 with Oregon Health Authority and authorized department head Mike Rowley to DocuSign.
Do we have a second?
Second?
Discussion? Those in favor? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just note, I'm going to get more of an update on the CFAA agreement later today. Association of Counties is meeting with the governor, continuing negotiations. They're being pretty inflexible, though.
Okay.
And also finding out what the interplay is going to be between this and the new executive order from the White House last week to increase institutionalization.
Thank you for doing that work.
Mike, what does this additional grant of $102,000 obligate Choice Health and Wellness to do?
Do you want to explain the
Yeah,
choice model?
I'd be happy to explain it, Commissioner Taylor. So the choice model really allows us to help provide services and overcome barriers for individuals that may not be able to be served otherwise. So we're providing things for individuals coming out of the state hospital, for example, committed individuals who may not have insurance, or maybe their insurance doesn't pay for a service. So Medicare is a prime example of that, where Medicare oftentimes doesn't pay for any type of service at a higher level of care. And so these funds allow us to provide that service and make sure that individuals are transitioning back into the community.
And if they're coming out of the hospital right now, that's pretty much from an aid and assist, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, Commissioner.
No.
Thanks, Megan.
Further discussion? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion is approved. Item 3B.
So this one is another 6 months extension, but this is $1.6 million approximately, and this is for the rest of the services that we provide under the CFAA.
Move to approve Ninth Amendment to the IGA 44300-000260006 with Oregon Health Authority and authorized department head Mike Rowley to DocuSign.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion.
Commissioner Farmer, I think this is the amendment you were probably thinking of. This is the
Oh.
6-month extension of the CFAA with
Okay.
with Coos Health and Wellness.
Right, correct, yeah.
More discussion?
Yeah.
Those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion is approved. 3C, Second Amendment to IGA 170-660, Oregon Health Authority.
Yeah, this is a change for public health. It is for fees, changing the way that fees are set for foodborne illness, for restaurants that we pay. So what they are doing now is they changed the language that each April we'll get a memo that tells us what the fees are, where before it said like for 2 years, our percentage was 12.881, for example, and then for 2023 to 25, it was 12.22. Now they just have it in the language there that every April we'll get a memo that states what our new fees are.
All right, we have a motion.
Move to approve Second Amendment to Intergovernmental Agreement 170660 with Oregon Health Authority and authorized department head Mike Rowley to sign.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second? Did you say?
I did.
Okay. Do we have discussion? Hearing none, those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved. 3D, request approval to pay Association of Oregon Community Health, Mental Health Programs dues. Michael?
Yes, so this is for our annual dues for AOC and HP. The amount is $13,474. It represents a 15% increase. The amount before was $11,700, and that was the same amount for the previous 3 years.
We have a motion.
I'll move to approve payment and sign voucher for behavioral health annual membership dues to AOC MHP.
Second.
And we have a second. Is there discussion? Hearing none, those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion approved. 3E, reclassification to an on-site septic specialist 2.
Yeah, so since we took on the on-site program, we hired Peter Cooley into that position, and he was lacking all of the classes needed for an on-site septic specialist 2. He did complete those, and so now he does qualify for our on-site septic 2 position, and we'd like to reclass him as of August 1st.
We'll need a motion, including the resolution.
Move to approve reclassification of Peter Cooley to on-site septic specialist 2 via approval of resolution 2507144P effective August 1st, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
Yep.
Is Peter keeping pretty busy, do you know?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
And he's training all the time, it seems
I noticed
like.
that.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
he's really picking up
Into it.
the duties very well.
Good. Okay. Further discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. Item 3F, request approval of job description for forensics and older adult program. Let you fill in. Michael?
Yeah, we have someone retiring, a manager who does this program as well as QA. quality assurance, and when that person leaves, we will split this, or her position, into two positions. One is this position here, which is the older adult and forensics, and we will have another one for QA coming, and we'll request a post and fill that as well. So this is a little bit of an overlap as well.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the revised job description for mental health specialist 3, older adult and forensic program manager, and approve posting filling the position.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none, those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Got through that quickly.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you, David.
And 3G, parks.
Morning, Craig.
Great.
Morning, Commissioners and everyone. We're requesting approval for department head to sign a change order in addition to the amount of $31,413 to pay 541 Water Incorporated.
Move to approve department head to sign the change order in the additional amount of $31,413 to pay to Water Inc.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
Remind me why it went up?
Well, we found that there were some, our pumps that we have in the river were almost beyond their life cycle.
Yeah.
And our chlorinators especially. We had to get the electricians, you had to get electricians to come in to do the wiring and so forth, that, because he wasn't an authorized electrician, the plumber wasn't. So
Yeah.
there was just a few things that needed to be updated, upgraded, so that we won't have to go back next year and do it again. And might
That's
as well
why we
get
put
it
a
all done right
contingency
now.
value in.
Yeah, get it all done right now, yeah.
Yep.
For, I think everyone here is well aware that Parks is self-sufficient, self-funded, and that also that this was included in this year's budget?
Yes,
This
yeah, we
year's
have,
budget.
we did add a little bit in there because we figured there would be always some overrun. Yeah, we try to add extra, a
Good.
little bit into it.
Okay, further discussion. For those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. Thanks, Greg. How you doing there? Are your use of your parks, is it holding up?
Yeah. We seem to have a little more cancellations at Riley, but people are filling the gaps. We're not getting those third returnees of the summer, they're only making 1 or 2 trips. So forth. But our large group camping is expanding more and more. We're getting more demand for that now. Groups are wanting to use areas, and so that might be something we look into the future about,
Good.
possibly at other parks, getting, more large
More
group camping for
like
them.
that.
Yeah,
Good.
to
Well, thank
accommodate
you.
them. Welcome.
You didn't get your mole traps back yet, right?
Did they work?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Is it my turn? I can get up?
Do you have any
Well,
mole
hold on,
traps?
Yes, I exercised this morning.
let's see if we can find someone else. Oh, come on. We gotta get it over with. All right, item 3H, Timber and Operation Patrol TOPS Program Services.
Good morning. This is to renew our TOPS contracts with several timber operators. This position is now fully out of the general fund with the addition of DSL. So this is all part of that position.
Okay, and you have a number of contracts with a number of timber landowners, is that?
Yes. Yeah, we have,
You want to run through them, just name them off? for
yep,
the record.
Bavarian Olympus Timber LLC, Fairview Timber LLC, FIA Timber Growth and Value Master LLC, Keystone Forest Investments LLC, Lone Rock Timber Management Company, Manulife Investment Management, Mahaffey Tree Farm, Moore Mill and Lumber Company, New Growth Olympus LLC, Oregon Department of Forestry, and Roseburg Resources Company are the contracts that are included in this agenda item.
Thank you. And you charge them, how do you calculate the charges here?
It's by Owned acreage.
acreage. Is this set in any state, or do we have some latitude? And how often have we increased it?
I increased it last year.
You did last?
Yeah, we did I believe
year
it was a
ago.
3% increase last year.
Okay, I'm going to improve these, but I kind of think we need to keep doing that and make sure that we should be kind of aggressive, I think, in recovering our costs. It strikes me that this is a pretty good bargain for these. The other thing that, it isn't pertinent exactly to this, that the way the state is charging and our local, Coos Forest, CFBA is charging for firefighting, all these entities are paying a lot less than we are paying as a county for forestry services.
Yep.
And most of these are, some of them are local entities, but most of them are investment groups, nationwide investors, and I just don't see any great reason to not be pretty aggressive in recovering our costs. So if you would make a note to do that next year, I'd surely appreciate it.
Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Mr.
Yes,
Well, I mean, we don't have a motion yet, so
right,
we can't really.
so that's, yeah, I was kind of preempting that, my conversation with that. So I do need to have a motion.
Chair move to review, approve, and sign the attached contracts and agreements
Second.
for TOPS.
We have a motion and a second. Now, more discussion.
So, Captain Sanborn, is the rate that we're charging, how does the rate that we're charging for this TOPS contract, or these contracts, compare to that charged on the Warehouser that we discussed earlier in the year?
So the Warehouser contract is one timber company paying for one deputy. So they pay for, typically it's a 5-year cycle, although we renew it every year. And every 5 years, we include a vehicle in that purchase. The difference is that with these contracts, it's a conglomerate of timber companies that are paying for one position, instead of a sole timber company paying for one position.
What's the comparative aggregate acreage that's involved? Do you know off the top of your head?
In terms of how much,
Warehouser's acreage versus the combined total of all of these?
I do not know, Commissioner. I would have to look at that and get back to you.
Okay. I'm just wondering about the kind of the parity of the value from the, in this case, I would say consumer's perspective, as well as the relative cost from the county's perspective. How does that really look comparatively?
Right.
What is our deadline to get these signed and certified?
Well, we're in the fiscal year. I don't know that there's a deadline necessarily. If you want that information prior to signing, that's something that I could research for you.
Okay, that wouldn't seem unreasonable?
Whatever we got to do to get the job done.
Okay.
I would appreciate doing that as well. I appreciate as well staff letting me know that about some history of things that took place before I came in, and it looks like when this came up last year, there was a plan to schedule a meeting and discuss the billing rates on this. I don't know if that took place before I came in or not. Okay, so it'd be good to do, since it seems that was the expressed intent last year. It related to this somewhat. Warehouser pays for a deputy. Did I miss in this conglomeration, or does Roseburg Forest Products also support one? Because they are the largest property taxpayer in the county, so I would think they have more property than Warehouser. And
None of the others have mills.
oh, okay.
So. I
Roseburg
don't know.
Lumber is part of the TOPS contract.
Okay.
but they do not pay for a individual deputy.
Oh, they use a slightly different name for that one?
Looks like Roseburg Resources.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
I want to make sure that we're not putting you in an awkward situation with these companies. They're very important to us. Are we committed to this rate? I guess we're asking to review it.
This is the rate that we provided for this year.
Okay.
Typically, if we're going to raise the rate, we did it,
Ahead of time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do the research, come back, and
So it's my understanding, just so that I'm clear, that we would like to understand how much acreage Weyerhaeuser has versus the acreage for the TOPS companies.
right,
And,
So we can see an apples to apples.
and sort of,
okay,
and then is it, I think, are we have one person assigned to warehouse, or do we have one assigned to all of this?
yes,
Okay, so, yeah, we could have that.
yes.
It'd be
there's-
interesting to make sure,
There,
although
there is, I'm sorry,
it
Commissioner.
might be awkward, you're suggesting to redo it this year,
Yes,
but let's get the information, and they will bring them back to us, if you would, please.
okay.
Thank you. Then we shall move on to 3I, acceptance of an IJ with the Coquille School District.
You wear them in.
So the past 2 years, we have had a contract with the Coquille School District to supply a school resource deputy. I can't tell you how proud I am of this particular position. Not only are we providing public safety to the Coquille School District and its students and staff, but Deputy John Owens is also a certified instructor for driver's education for kids. And we as a sheriff's office are teaching kids how to be safe drivers out here on the road. And it just tickles me pink. I'm pretty excited about it. So they are very happy with our work here. We were actually able to lower some costs this year because we had some actual numbers instead of projected numbers that we were able to provide them. And we look forward to a continued relationship with them.
Thank you.
Chair move to approve and accept the intergovernmental agreement between Coquille School District and the, Coos County Sheriff's Office.
Second.
There's a motion and a second discussion.
This is a biennium, and the school district is paying $146,000 plus per year relative to what the TOPS folks are paying for us to go out into the woods.
I would like to point out with the TOPS program that's half of a position.
Okay, that
The,
works.
the other half of the position is being paid for by Department of State Lands for us to patrol
Gotcha.
the Elliott State Forest.
All right. That makes more sense now.
And does this 146,000 cover our costs
Yes,
with PERS and all of that?
yes, this is a fully loaded for Deputy Owens for this fiscal year and a projected 3% COLA for next fiscal year.
I believe they've also landed us a grant for a vehicle in the past as well, haven't they?
Yes,
Oh, and that Camaro has afforded no end of
I know.
banter on Facebook among people who don't understand the situation. So
But I
that's
bet the
been
kids
awesome.
love to learn to drive in it.
we aren't letting them drive that one.
Oh, bummer.
No, we have a very nice, Ford Taurus-like vehicle that has I don't know if I would just be good with a brake pedal on one side.
Oh,
I think I'd
yeah.
like my own steering wheel if I was in Deputy
Yep.
Owens' position, but
What is it? What exactly is a Taurus-like vehicle?
it's a sedanish
I-
thing.
All right, have we had enough discussion?
That's a
Those in
Ford,
favor,
so
please
it's-
say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. 3J, a drought declaration.
So we have had lower than expected precipitation throughout the county, which is affecting rural livestock operations and water supply throughout the county. I'm going to let my staff here answer some of those questions on the emergency management side. They've put a lot of work into this, and but it's an issue that affects 100% of the county.
Yes, we have before you this resolution. We are at approximately 37% below our normal precipitation at this time. And so if you look at comparison, our rainfall from last year would normally be at 57.2 inches, and we're only at 36.17 inches.
Wow.
So that's a enormous amount of a difference for us. With climate change, we continue to see our weather change, and what people don't realize is things like the flood that happened in March. We think, oh, we got a lot of water. Well, that makes things worse because it's all at once. It also impacts our snow melt. Stuff melts way quicker than expected. So then throughout the year, by the time we get to the end of the summer, everything is dried up.
And all that sort of shows out in our stream flow and groundwater levels, which are both substantially lower this year than they should be.
June alone ranks the 14th driest of record in 131 years for us.
Wow.
So
So
that-
14th driest in 131 years, is that right?
Yeah. Additionally, one thing we hadn't really realized in terms of drought declarations is that it gives our community, our farmers, our agricultural people opportunities to receive other tools. And there's like anything from temporary water use permits, changes in temporary substitutions, temporary in-stream leases. I don't really know what all those mean, but basically they get more water for agriculture. And
What it does is it suspends, and you'd have to talk to our water master about this to get precise information, but basically it suspends some of the requirements for the amount of groundwater you take out of a well versus the amount of water you can take out of a stream or a river. So it gives those agricultural operations a little bit more flexibility to sort of keep going when their primary water source may no longer be viable.
And we've had people's wells already dried out, and through this we also now have a steady stream of information from our water master, whereas I think in the past it didn't necessarily get to us.
Good. Well, thank you. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the resolution declaring a local drought in
Second?
We have a motion and a second, and the resolution number is 2507145L. I guess we can add that to the
Yes.
motion.
Add that to the motion.
Discussion?
Just to note, we also had a letter of support come in for this declaration from one of the farm associations, and noting for folks that this extends far beyond the farms, they noted in their letter that one of the folks used their fire water truck to hook up to their neighbor's house so that they would have water at their home. So this is a drastic issue.
Yes, a drought affects everyone in our community because of wildfire as well as, some people fish.
Yeah.
And if there's no water in the river and the streams, that's a problem.
Coquille River is opening to Chinook fishing for the first time since '21 this year. So now there's no water for the fish to be in.
I'd like to note the letter that Drew is referring to thanks us, but I'd like to say thank you, because you're the ones that have done this. So with that, unless there's further discussion, we would vote. Those in approval, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion is approved, and thank you so much for your efforts. You should take a copy of this letter so you know what the Farm Bureau thinks of you, for which you're getting credit.
Mr. Chair, as an addendum to that, I'll just mention that this revised version of the declaration, or the resolution, was on our dais. The one attached to the agenda item is superseded by this later one that has more accurate precipitation numbers in it,
Okay, good,
and you have the new.
thank you. Is it the same number?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you for that.
Commissioners, I do have an answer for you.
Yes,
TOPS contract is total of 310,863.46 acres.
10,000 acres.
I'll get
Yeah.
you the Weyerhaeuser number
Warehouse is about 200, 240, as I recall.
for the tree farm, yeah.
So, yeah, so this is for more. So,
And they're,
in aggregate, one would think that this ought to be a little bit higher than Weyerhaeuser.
they're actually getting less with that much acreage. They get 20 hours, 20 hours of patrol time for that amount of acreage
Oh,
versus the Elliott State Forest, which pays for the other half. They get a full 20 hours just for the Elliott.
oh. They're not getting much. Are they happy with it?
So that actually frames it in a fairly equitable light then.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to bring up the agenda item again on the TOPS contract with that information?
I'm comfortable.
We could do that again.
Get it signed today?
I think that kind of rounds out the picture.
Okay. Well, if
What number was
that's
that?
the case, let's go then back to, good suggestion, Colton.
Thank you.
To item, where in the name of heavens are we? 3H.
There she is.
So, do we have a motion to approve 3H?
Move to approve and sign, oh, this just says the attached contracts and agreement. What's my number?
There is no number.
There is none
it's
because there's so many different
multiple.
contracts.
Oh, well then. Yeah, that's the motion then.
All right,
That many.
do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay, guess we're at 3K, request approval of a resolution to reclass Robert Wilson, Assessor's Office. Good morning.
Hey, Caroline.
Good morning.
Jason? Oh,
All right. This is a reclassification to property appraiser 3 for Robert Wilson. Robert has met the qualifications of a property appraiser 3 and has been doing those duties actually recently. So they are requesting the board to approve reclassification from property appraiser 2, step 2, to property appraiser 3, step 3, for Robert Wilson, effective August 1, 2025. And this ties in with his merit step increase as well.
Mr. Chair, move to approve reclassification from property appraiser 2, step 2, to property appraiser 3, step 3, for Robert Wilson, effective August 1st, 2025, according to resolution 2507153P, I believe that is.
Yep.
Second.
have a motion and a second, discussion.
Just to note, I was up visiting the assessor's office last week, and they let me know a gentleman in the hall wanted to speak to me, which, yeah, well, that could go either way. Turned out he was very happy. He had lots of compliments for their staff, and in particular, I'm forgetting her name there, but how they make him feel like he's the only person in the world when he's there, even if they've got a line. Very courteous to him, so that was nice to hear.
Nice, yes. All right, further discussion.
No, sir.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved. And we go on to 3L, Department of Land Conservation Development Planning Grant. Amy, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Amy.
Hi. So, the 2025-27 Grant Young Memorial Planning Assistance Grant is $5,000. This was included in the Community Development's budget. The grant is named in honor of Grant Young, DLCD's Eastern Oregon Regional Representative, who passed away in 2017.
Mr. Young was a strong advocate for smaller jurisdictions in the Eastern Oregon region and a proponent for creative uses of these grants. He helped find productive uses of the grants by pooling or leveraging the funds or simply suggesting uses for the dollars and ways to advance the objectives, of the jurisdiction. Mr. Young put a considerable amount of effort into helping small cities and counties in his region address local needs.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, move to accept the 2025 to 2027 Grant Young Memorial Planning Assistance Grant and authorize the director to sign.
Second.
Motion and second. Those, any discussion? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. Request approval, 3M. Is that all we have from you, Amy?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
And 3M, request approval of job description for the finance director.
All right, you'll be getting quite a few of these, hopefully. I'm pushing to update job descriptions as we head into maybe doing a pay equity analysis this year. So the finance director job description has not been updated since 2018 and therefore did not accurately reflect the duties the current position performs. So request the Board of Commissioners approve the revised finance director job description. There's no change in pay, it's just updating the job description.
Move to approve revised job description for finance director position.
Have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, discussion.
I'm surprised Megan's not here to give us thoughts on it.
Megan?
Yeah.
Oh, we did work together on this.
I would imagine.
Yeah, she's at a very riveting tax conference.
Oh, lovely.
Is there anything in here about an overarching propensity for love of spreadsheets? Is there anything in here about making beefcakes?
Making what?
Beefcakes.
Don't worry too much.
I don't see that, but we can add it.
I don't know if we want to. All right.
Employee identification cards.
For those in favor of the motion, or as written, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
It passed. So let's move on to the late agenda items and come back to the consent calendar. 5A, request approval to pay the Coos Forest Protective Association invoice. Begrudgingly.
Happily pay this. Good morning, Lance
Good
Morgan.
morning.
Good morning,
County
Lance.
Forester. Good morning. Voucher has been prepared to pay Coos Forest Protective Association for the attached fiscal year 25-26 Fire Patrol assessment invoice. It has been prorated to department by acres assigned to each. The forestry portion of the invoice is $118,244.23, which exceeds departmental spending authority. Parks, $2,829.99. Solid waste, $246.08. Land agent, $1,427.30. And roads, $295.30.
Move to authorize payment of CFPA invoice number 250708 and sign the attached voucher.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
So there's been a fair amount of discussion that we've had over this thing. We saw an email chain between you and Tyler.
Mhm.
I mean, it still feels like an exorbitant increase in comparison particularly to the private operators.
Yeah, they got a decrease.
They got a decrease. And so, you know, I just kind of feel actually a little bit nauseous about this. And it's like, it's not right.
Nope, I agree.
You know, 3 weeks ago, we had a discussion about this and decided to advance with the plan of paying half of it out of, as a sort of a protest. I realize it's kind of it's just an optics exercise is all it is that doesn't really accomplish anything. But I don't know what else we do about this, but, you know, we can't continue to lose more and more off the profit that we make out of the one thing that really kind of supports the county of our own volition. The one thing that we manage that really works great for us. I mean, not that solid waste and parks haven't contributed to the general fund, they do, but nothing touches forestry in that regard. And yet we're hit on every single front, and now we're hit more and more on the one thing that's profitable to us. And it's just maddening.
So is that something David Brock Smith should be made aware of? Is that something in his ballpark?
I think this is really a state issue. I think the local fire fighting organizations like Coos Forest is playing off the state's, and obviously the private timber owners who, for the benefit of those that are here, who used to have a lot of firefighting equipment because they had their own logging companies, they no longer do. They're purely investment companies. They hire all those services out. They don't have the equipment to fight a fire with, and they're not helping fight fires. So, but because they used to, they always had a preferential treatment in the per acre charge for firefighting over what public entities like the county paid. Now that it's kind of reversed. The private owners, with a few exceptions, don't have firefighting equipment. We have more than they have, and yet they're still getting a preferential rate over that which we pay. So I think this is something that needs to be dealt with at the state level. Certainly, we can make our local CFPA aware of why we are pushing back on this and perhaps get their support the next go-around at the state.
I know that the prior, when it was Mike Robinson, he was totally on our side with this stuff. I don't know about the new guy, but he thought it was ridiculous they got the cut that they did, especially the REITs and the TIMOs.
And it is.
Well, and Mr. Chair, we did submit a letter to CFPA to that effect.
Yes.
It didn't obviously do anything except convey our dissatisfaction with the situation. But I mean, I don't know what else we do. If we don't pay it, then, you know, if we do have a fire that turns into a conflagration, we're going to have
Yeah, we go broke.
we're going to have a big loss.
I think we have to pay it. Then I think one course of action would be to contact directly our state legislators. Another would be, and we should do both, work through the AOC's Natural Resources Committee.
I think you could probably get the other, 5 counties that have substantial forest land on board with you too, I'm pretty sure. Especially Josephine County, they're just as poor as we are. Hood River, I don't know, they don't like paying it either. They have higher rates than we do even.
Matter of fact, we have a regional AOC meeting coming up here in a month. We can put this on the agenda for that and get regional support.
You can speak to the chair about that?
Pardon me?
You can speak to the chair
I'll
about
talk
that?
to the chair about
All right,
that.
very good.
And I'll talk to the vice chair as well. And so we have Josephine and Douglas
Hood
and
River.
Murray.
Hood River.
Well, in
Oh, you
Region
mean our
4, we
original
only
thing.
have
Yeah, okay.
those. I don't know that Jackson has any. So we'll do that,
Okay.
I'll tinker
and I'll
around
get that done.
an idea here that probably not practicable at this time, but in their letter back to us, they did reference the ORSs for the ability to create our own firefighting system, essentially. This seems a lot cheaper than that would be.
I think that was said tongue in cheek.
Yeah. Well, the reason I bring it up is I know City of Powers is developing its own system where it's going to be able to contract out its firefighting equipment for wildland fires. And this would not be in the immediate or probably even nearby future, but as a consideration, if other cities went down that road, it would be a way for us to pay into a system that also supports the cities while achieving the same things we already need, but overpay for.
I'm happy you mentioned that letter. I mean, it also references, one argument you'll have to contend with in pursuing legislative change, which is that private landowners do pay taxes
Yeah.
on the acreage that we don't have to pay as a
That's
public
true as well.
agency. Now, I don't know if that justifies a rate that's half what public
It's good to know that,
landowners
because that's
pay.
an argument, because their taxes barely cover the other services the county provides.
Right, so,
In fact, they don't,
yeah.
so.
But I think, yeah, we can do a lot more than, just call a representative. We have a means of lobbying for changes at the state level, and so we can pursue those.
Yeah, I would counter it, the tax argument and say, you know what? Coos County would be happy to pay CFPA exactly the permanent base rate on every acre of our forest land. Here's your check for $18,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, have we had a motion in a second?
We have.
Have we discussed this enough?
I disconnect.
I believe so.
It is no.
Those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Debating it?
What was that? Is that a nay?
I'm gonna vote no, just
Okay, that's
on
good.
principle.
That's good.
Makes sense.
Okay, we narrowly passed it. Motion approved. Thank you. Thanks, Lance. Okay, 5B, request award of contract, whoops, where we are, yeah, roads. Here you are, I'll let you explain.
So we have this partner project we've been working on now for several years with Coos Watershed Association. They were able to obtain several $100,000 in grant funds to help fund this, and it's a project that includes the replacement of 4 county road culverts. One is on Alderwood Lane, one is on Old Wagon Road, and then 2 of them are on Anchor Lane. The 2 on Anchor Lane have tie gates attached to them, which landowners would be responsible for, but in this case, Coos Watershed is helping them as well. So it's a big joint effort between some landowners, Coos Watershed Association and the county. We had a agreement between us and the Watershed Council to move this project forward. So we finally came to the point of bidding it out. We had a decent turnout during the bid process. We did only receive 1 bid from a company called Papaya Contracting, and the bid amount was $340,000. We didn't have an engineer's estimate, however, that number seems reasonable, at least in our opinion. And so we'd like to request the board to approve this contract for the Anchor, Alderwood, and Old Wagon Road Fish Passage Project to Papaya Contracting LLC for the amount of $340,000, and authorize myself to sign the contract upon council's approval.
Okay,
One other
thank
thing I should note, you'll see it in the background and description there, is Coos Watershed has already purchased all 4 culverts as well as the tie gates. They're already on site. They also have an additional $135,626 in additional grant funds to help pay for the contract costs. So we'll bill them for that amount once the project is done.
And I've already approved the contract, so.
And we already have the
everything's-
contract signed by the contractor as well as council.
Everything's ready to go.
So it's ready to go.
Oh, do we have a motion?
Move to nope, that's the wrong page. I was thinking on different stuff. Move to award the Anchor, Alderwood, and Old Wagon Fish Passage Project to Papaya Contracting LLC for the amount of $340,000, and authorize roadmaster to sign the contract upon county council's approval, which has already been achieved.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I think Ross
I-
seconded.
Did you second? Okay. Little discussion here. I want to thank Paul for having a good relationship with Coos Watershed. They have worked with us, and they continue to work with us because we've proven to be a good partner. And it helps us a great deal, because we don't often get paid for replacing culverts. Here we do. It also helps us fish passage. That's why we get their help. So, those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those
Aye.
opposed, motion approved.
Can I mention one more thing while I'm sitting here?
Oh, yeah.
We have bids due tomorrow on another project like this on Sealander Road, which is a replacement of 2 culverts for fish passage. It's basically the same scenario with Coos Watershed and some private landowners. 2 pipes on our road that, and I probably should have specifically mentioned it for this bit, agenda item, was the fact that all 4 of these culverts in this current project are at their life expectancy and actually failing. The 2 on Sealander are similar condition. We've had maintenance problems with them, continue to have maintenance problems with them. So it's really a win-win for us. Not only are they helping us to pay for the cost of upgrading structures that need replaced, but there are improvements to fish passage, and we spend a lot less money on things that need to be done.
Yeah, I talked to this fisherman over here to see if he could put some fish in that little creek that's washed out at the east end of what is it? Oh, not Whiskey Run, but Seven Devils Road.
Oh,
And
Fay
Coos
Creek.
Watershed. Fund
That's
that.
in the Coquille, though.
Or Coquille Watershed.
Is Alderwood right there in that same area?
Yeah, Alderwood, Anchor, and Old Wagon Road, all 4 of these sites are within less than a half a mile apart. They're very close together. They're all in the same watershed, same drainage.
Yeah, right. I was looking, I see the others, but
Yeah, it's a smaller stream it's Alderwood Creek.
Okay, those in
Thank you.
favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion has approved. Item 5C, Colton.
Yeah, so this is an IGA with Coos County Urban Renewal Agency. It is for the county to administer capital improvements to the Trans-Pacific Parkway, with the agency reimbursing the county for the cost of the improvements. So this is within the boundaries of the Urban Renewal Agency. The agency approved the IGA at a meeting on July 30th. So ask that the board approve the IGA with Coos County Urban Renewal Agency.
Mr. Chair, move to approve the IGA with Coos County Urban Renewal Agency and authorize signature,
Chair to sign.
the chair to sign.
Second.
Okay.
Have a motion and a second, discussion.
I'd just like to comment that this agreement is in keeping with the principle of trying to maximize the utilization of the funds that reside in the URA bank account. And the approval of this IGA is in no way indicative of any intention, hope, thought, or plan to extend the URA beyond the repair of the Trans-Pacific Parkway. So that's my perspective on it, and this is a fiscally wise move.
It's a very good deal for the county. We are responsible for the Trans-Pacific Highway is a county road. It has to be maintained to certain federal standards, which are higher and more expensive than ours. And it is reaching its life expectancy of at least, not that it's going to disappear, but it needs improvements and major improvements. So we will be able to get that done using URA money. We pay plenty, we lose plenty of we lose plenty of county tax dollars to the city's URAs. We're finally getting some of that back. through this.
Doing the job it was intended to do.
So-
And once the job's done, it'd be a good time to consider retiring it.
So those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. Consent calendar?
Mr. Chair, move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion approved. Commissioners' reports. Rod, you want to start off?
Yeah. The,
Excuse me.
a significant portion of my last couple of weeks was, with the exception of this past week, was spent at the fair, pre-fair and during fair. And it was just really, really encouraging to see the increased participation, the volunteerism, the incredible cultural experience for the communities, for our communities that happens at the fair. And I'm going to speak about this at the next Fair Board meeting as well, but here in this public setting, I just wanted to relate a conversation that I had with the number 2 security guy on scene with top security that was retained to assist with the alcohol monitoring and entrances and so forth. And they work a lot of events and a lot of fairs. And this gentleman indicated to me that the Coos County Fair is hands above any other comparable size county fair in the state that they work. And he gave me some specific examples, such as Tillamook County, not to harsh on Tillamook County, but our fair is better than theirs by quite a stretch. And he also specifically called out the fair management. He said that the alignments of the venue, the physical alignments for the traffic flows, for safety, for entrance control, for all of that was very, very good. And he said that the fair management, the director, fair manager, the board chair, the board vice chair, and all the volunteers were phenomenal. And he said that of all the fairs they've worked at, this is the only one that has a daily 8 a.m. debrief to go over what went wrong yesterday, how we're going to fix it today, and that was a steady course of improvement at the fair throughout the week. And so kudos to all of the fair board, those present, those not, and our fair manager, Lisa Dumeyer, for that phenomenal production. So we have a great fair here. And kudos also to Commissioner Sweet for the work that he's done in the years past to stimulate this improvement over the years. You put a lot of time into that, John, and we appreciate it.
Cool.
Anything else?
My part, we talked about the CFAA earlier, that's the mental health funding agreement. The Association of Counties is meeting with the governor this afternoon to discuss further negotiations on it. Mixed feelings out there. I am not optimistic about what they're saying with the removal of subject-to-validity funds. I know it's in the ORS that it's there as well, but I don't trust the state a great deal because they said similar things in '04 and never invested in communities adequately. So, and then the interplay between that and the president's new executive order last week, driving towards reinstitutionalization, because taking these two things together, the state already wants us to take over the burden of those they've institutionalized. So if that number goes up, our communities are going to have some serious challenges. Now, on the pro side, that executive order did include multiple references to grant money. So there is the possibility working with that we'll be able to develop local facilities if it pencils out and if they provide the money. Val Hoyle is meeting, or, nope, Val is not meeting with folks later today, but both Val Hoyle and Senator Merkley are working on one of the issues that's come up. There's been about 3 occasions in the last 7 months where the federal government pushed to take more of our timber dollars away. The SRS money, Secure Rural Schools, didn't impact us because we were on receipts, but the executive order for timber production did take a chunk of the money out as its proposal. We were told that was an error, and now in the new budget bill that passed at the federal level, it takes all of our O&C money if it happens the way it's been described. So, you know, twice is coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. But my understanding is the Association of Timber Counties has pushed on this. I know the Association of Counties is pushing on it. I think the National Association of Counties is pushing on it to get it corrected, because that was $1.5 million out of our last budget, if it were to have not been there. The Elliott is the one that's meeting later today as well with OTAC, who is tasked to design the plan for the Elliott State Research Forest. So their plan has to be done by the end of summer, but I should have more information on it later today. Hopefully some discussion of the carbon credits, because as I've pointed out to the state, they make money on carbon credits, but it doesn't stimulate our mills or any of our local economy when they sell forests for the sake of not cutting it. So as I've asserted to them, they need to leave some of that money here when they do it, because they're not contributing to the economy that way. And last bit, related to the percentage of income tax, still I'm not getting responses from the state with the data I need. So I've talked with our state legislators for our area, and I've got about 11 bills drafted so far to propose to them or consolidate into studies that don't require legislative action, so that we can assess what the number needs to be that counties and cities receive back in our income tax, because currently our income tax has no bearing on the services our community receives, and income tax has scaled a lot better than property tax over the years. So while the state says it's got a budgetary issue, it's easy to see that we have a substantially worse budget issue, because at least their money is improving at a more scaled rate. That's my rant.
Okay. I'll be brief. I want to second Rod's comments regarding the fair. I thought it was really nicely done this year. The best fair, I think, that I've experienced in the time that I've been here as a commissioner. A lot of good volunteerism, a lot of organization. Again, had a great results to the 4-H livestock auction. I think they took in $1,100,000 this year for the kids. Also, can't talk about fair without thanking Darius for his years of dedication to the fair and fair board. As it takes a lot of time to do the things they do, and he does that all on top of really having 2 jobs here at the county, one keeping the Cold Keel IT stuff going, and now he's helping Coos Health and Wellness as well. There was an interesting gathering in Bandon last Thursday. Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife and the Coquel Tribe called the meeting to make very public their ongoing partnership to enhance the Chinook Run in the Coquille River. And they announced in conjunction with that we will be able to catch, well, we can keep any Chinook we catch, not any, but 1 a day or something like that, on the Coquille this year. So we haven't been able to do that for the last 4 years, so this is an improvement. The Coquilles have been able to get ODF&W to budge off of their anti-hatchery, anti-hatch box, anything that anyone has an idea to do unless you work for ODF&W, and the results seem to be proving positive, so that's good. And that's all I have. So,
Mr. Chair, I'd just add on to that, that as part of this announcement, at no time did we hear ODF&W say, gee, it turns out our philosophy was wrong and the COQUEL got it right, so kudos to them. I didn't hear that, but everybody in attendance understood it.
I thought it was very clearly,
Yeah.
understood. So, with that, we'll turn to citizen comments. Phil, you got here first. Good to see you.
Thank you, John. Probably could say what I really want to.
Say whatever.
Phil Thompson, Coos Bay. I wasn't even going to talk till you brought up the fish deal with the coquille and the Fish and Game Commission is responsible for the fish not being in there to start with. Really they are. They admitted they didn't put their quota back in the rivers and all this. But the other thing is that the tribe, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying nothing bad about the tribe, they'll put fish in. But the thing of it is, the people here have been trying to get the hatch box back long time. So now they're going to use the Coquille tribe to say, well, they can have the hatch box and stuff. This is all a bunch of crap, John. It's just crap. Now, this is what I'd like to know. I asked at that meeting here, and the Coquille tribal guy over the fish, what it was, gave me a card. I tried to call him, never could get him, because I asked the question. I would like to know what kind of agreement that they made with the Coquille tribe on this fish deal. And my point is, when the fish really start coming back, are the tribal members going to have the privilege of fishing with nets or commercializing the fish? I'm talking about when we get a bunch back. Because the other tribes do this, The Yurok tribe in them down northern California there, they net the whole river for so long and so forth, because I know I got relations that down there that I know what they do, and they make big bucks. So them dams they tore out, to my own opinion, they're going to find out what they done when it floods like it did in '64. It took out the Klamath Bridge down there and all this other stuff. The fish, most of them never got to the dams because they were took out in the lower river. That's my opinion now. So anyway, I think that you guys should have a responsibility to find out and let the people see what kind of agreement the Fish and Game actually have with the Coquille tribe. And I'm not against the tribe putting fish in there, so.
That's a reasonable request. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. David?
I pass.
Pass. Okay, anyone else have anything they'd like to? Okay, Sean. Citizen Sean.
Actually, I just wanted to, Sean Sanborn, Coos County Sheriff's Office, want to touch back with the board on a recent action that the board took whenever we declared a emergency after the flooding event in March. We recently got word back that that process has gone through and was signed by the President of the United States, declaring a disaster for those events. And what that allows us to do is it allows us to recoup some of the costs associated to the county for that. It's a little bit bittersweet because the individual assistance did not get approved. However, that is being appealed to FEMA. And we were able to get Small Business Administration to come in and offer interest-free loans to help some of the folks that were affected by that to get assistance. And a shout out to our emergency management staff who carried the weight on that and got that done for the citizens of Coos County.
Thank you for bringing that up. And thank you
Chip and Debbie.
very, very much. Anyone else have anything else? Darius?
I have a late agenda item.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what is it about?
It's the renewal for our email security.
Okay, we need to
Mr.
have
Chair, move to hear the late agenda item.
Second?
a motion and a second discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. You may proceed, right?
Yeah, that was the latest late agenda item I've
Very-
ever
very
seen.
good.
You had me sweating
That's
there,
right.
Darius.
Right under the wire, man.
Well, they usually come last, right?
Well,
Oh, you can-
usually
You
after the late agenda.
Before,
Can you guys share? I
Oh, yeah.
didn't bring a copy
Yeah.
for myself.
Thanks.
So I'll start by thanking you for those kind words. There's a big team out there at the fair, and some of those guys make me look like I'm hardly ever there. But yeah, it's
but none of
amazing
them
what
have
it's.
been there for 12 or 13 years.
This is my 9th year. Yeah.
Seems like 20.
Dennis has been there quite a bit longer than I have, but yeah.
You make
It's-
time feel like it's dragging on, I'm sorry.
So I apologize for bringing this late agenda item to you. We'd actually submitted it, but for some reason, it didn't make it through. So it is of a timely nature. What we're seeking is approval to renew our support agreement with Mimecast for email security. This covers both the Coos Health and Wellness and the rest of the county. The cost is split between the two organizations based on the number of users. This Mimecast is one of the best solutions available. When auditors hear that we're using this, that's the end of the discussion on how we protect our email. Most threats enter an organization through email, so I believe today is much or more than I did when I first brought this in, that this is the correct path for us. I will tell you that it blocks probably, the last time I looked, about 92% of all incoming email. So that tells you the volume of
Wow.
non-county business-related emails that are attempting to enter our system. It's pretty crazy.
Mr. Chair, despite the inconvenience of Mimecast in daily operations, from my perspective, recognizing its value, I move to approve the renewal of the Mimecast subscription for $29,840.
Second?
I have a motion and a second discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, motion approved. Thank you very much. And
thank
we
you.
are adjourned.
We made it.
And Rod, I do not disagree with you on how much inconvenience it causes.
Golly.
And I will tell you, I may have told you before, when I started 30 years ago. It's smart. Putting computers together. Collaborate.
Muted.